Hi.
Hello.
This is Laurie,
This is Peter.
and we're with. I'm about to say this is Hamilton. Hi, Hamilton. We're with Action Heroes LA, the subsidiary of Heroes Character Rental Service, doing another review. It's been a while since we've done those stuff. Time,
Yeah.
We try.
Things to do.
We try to get in our movie schedule and then try to get our review schedule. I feel like everything's crooked, including my glasses. But anyway, we are here with our latest review of
The Banker.
The Banker, which is a movie that was on Apple Plus starring Anthony Mackie. I was about to say Denzel Washington. Oh my God! Samuel L. Jackson and Nia Long.
All black people look alike.
Yeah, and Nicholas Hoult, I think is good. But interesting movie. It was about, it's based on a true story about two black guys, entrepreneurs in the 1950s who ended up buying all of this real estate, first in Los Angeles and then in Texas, at a time when it was hard for black people to buy real estate. And
Yes.
in fact, their whole thing was if banks wouldn't loan them the money to do their real estate ventures, they just decided to buy the building that the banks were located in.
Yes.
So, do you want to go first, or
Sure.
should I give? I have found some interesting backgrounds about. I mean, I didn't hear about this movie before.
Well, I didn't hear about it, but I saw a lot of billboards about
Did
it
you?
because it was right as COVID was starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what I heard the background story about the release of this movie, it was going to be Apple Plus's big launch, as a streaming service. This was going to be their premiere movie. There was a film festival where they were like, this movie was going to be the final night event for the film festival, and then there was some controversial information that came out about the son of one of the characters from this movie, that they scrapped everything.
Wow.
Yeah. And you even think, well, the movie's not about the son, it's about his father. But kind of the accusations made against the son is like, okay, that's a little much to deal with. So, and see, the son was also a co-producer of this movie, which made it, it was a little too intertwined. So it quietly, I guess Apple Plus just put it on their platform, and we found it. And I have to say, I'm glad we found it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. What did you think, Peter?
Well, I wanted to see it.
Okay.
Now, I thought it was going to be in theaters.
Okay.
But I wanted to see it.
I have to look that up to see if they had plans to do like both.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, I wanted to see it, and I am so glad that we did see it.
Yeah.
Now, it was actually hard for me to switch the two actors from the characters that they used to play.
Yeah, we got Anthony Mackie. I'm used to see him in the Marvel movies.
Yeah, Falcon.
As Falcon, yeah. And to see him, and then Samuel L. Jackson's been in tons of stuff.
Yes.
And,
But when I would see them together, I was.
Oh, that's right, because he's Nick Fury. I didn't even think of that.
So I was like, oh, okay. Well, we have Nick, or Fury, as he says. He wants his wife and mom and everybody to call him. They call me Fury. Even though that didn't line up with a lot of stuff in the Marvel.
Okay.
But,
Nice.
and Mac, all I can hear him going, that's a nice audition, Tic Tac.
I don't remember the line.
Okay.
Okay.
That's from Civil War.
Civil War, okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, I really, really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Like Laurie said, it's a true story. And in some ways, some things really hit home.
Yeah.
Made me upset. But other things, it's like, wow. as a whole, black people, we were taking it in the shorts from every which way.
Right.
It's
Any
like,
type
wow.
of advancement you tried to make, you just there was somebody coming in to just completely knock it down and demolish it. So yeah, this was a surprising story to find out about. It's like the hidden figures and along, it was like, what? This what? How come I didn't ever hear about this? But that's the issue we're talking about. This is a good movie. It's a solidly made one. It's nothing like showy or flashy or like, oh, that's incredible. It tells a good story, simple, straightforward, and kind of like I said, it's just an important story and an unknown story, and that's what makes it really, you guys, you really appreciate it, because you hadn't heard it before. It's like it's not one you watch for the filmmaking, but great performances throughout.
Right. Great performances, great writing, great editing.
It's just a solid, good
direction.
movie.
I love the way the story, took off. It wasn't. They didn't just here. They walked
built a
with
story.
it. They built a really nice story.
Told it on a linear narrative, which I appreciated because I always try to find movies for my parents, which I'm sure I've mentioned before. And this one, they loved this. They really did. It was easy for my nearly 90-year-old dad to follow along with, which it's hard for him to follow along to movies now. So I was happy with that. I really enjoyed it. It was just a solid, good movie.
Very good.
I don't think not a Oscar winner, but put this on. I highly recommend it as an educational thing to find out about these guys. Of course, they take liberties with the story, which is another part of the controversy that embroiled it. Like Nia Long plays the wife of Anthony Mackie's character. She plays his first wife, but by the time these events happened, he was divorced from her and married to the second wife. And,
shut your mouth.
Yeah. And then so the children of the son is of the first wife, and he had some kids with the second wife, and the controversy was between them, and also some issues about who owned rights to the story. So, anyway, I don't want to get into that. Look it up if you want to know what happened between all of that. But just wanted to talk about some of the performances.
Well, you know what? Everyone's performance in there seemed to be right there.
Kind of like note perfect,
well. Yes.
Yeah, great. Just right for this movie, just right for the characters they portrayed. What I really appreciated it because we are talking about financial things and business things. So if you're not part of that world, there's certain language they would, like Anthony Mackie would. He's this brilliant business mind, financial mind,
right? And
he would be saying these things like these bank terms, and then Samuel L. Jackson would come along and explain it, and very, Samuel L. Jackson sort of way. Yeah. They're talking about this, and I really like that in the film.
Well, if you remember Sanford and Son, they had a white cop and a black cop.
Okay.
And the white cop would say stuff. And then
the black cop would.
The black people would look at the black cop like
what's he mean?
What is he talking about?
He means that, and there was kind of that dynamic in the story, and in order to explain the kind of like financial situations, they would Samuel L. Jackson's character would. He would be the one to all right, audience, this is what this means, and in a very entertaining way, as Samuel.
But the
Samuel
thing is,
can do.
He didn't break that fourth wall. He told it to
it's part
character.
of the conversation, which is another great thing about this movie, the writing of the movie, that it took advantage of that. It's like, okay, we needed some way to explain this to the people watching that aren't gonna maybe be able to break this down. I do also want to talk about Nia Long. It's great to see her in this as Anthony Mackie's wife, and I just mentioned it because I know she's older than him, and it's very rare for an older woman to be cast as the love interest of a younger man. So,
Yeah, but
go Nia.
she's just.
But then,
gorgeous.
I mean, yeah, Nia, she's one of like her and Gabrielle Union haven't aged in like 20, 25 years.
Yes.
So it's the poster girls of Black Don't Crack, you know.
It's like.
The other character one of the ways they succeeded, you know, we were wondering how two black men during this time period of very heavy racial inequality could succeed in the real estate world when, you know, they had all kind of redlining and all that stuff was going on, is because they used this guy who was just like a maintenance worker for them, this white guy. He was just like, okay, we'll make the deals, but when it's time to go sign him, you're gonna be the guy who goes sign them. And that character is played by Nicholas Hoult, who's an actor that I've grown to like really, really love. He's amazing. I've seen him as completely different characters in three different things, and it's like you don't recognize the guy.
Yeah, he is an excellent actor.
Yeah,
I've seen him in a lot of things, and he's so good. It's hard for you to go, oh no, wait a minute, that's
that guy from this or
because he's not only acting a part, he looks different,
right,
and
he does
it's really weird,
or he carries himself or talks different. He's really good, and he's great in this too. And actually he goes from this like not so educated just blue collar white maintenance guy, and his character begins kind of learning from them about the banking stuff, and it builds up to a pinnacle in this movie that's really interesting. It's a really good climax. His dynamic between Anthony Mackie, Samuel Jackson, and his character at the end. So. Any other final words you have to say about The Banker?
Go see it.
Get Apple Plus.
Get Apple
check
Plus.
It out.
Do whatever you have to do. Go.
Especially if you're a black person, definitely check this movie out. It's another Hidden Figures. It's one of those stories you didn't know existed, and you're like, wow, really, and stuff. And you know, despite all the crap or anything, it's amazing to see people accomplish. You can accomplish things despite so much being against you. So I think that's very good movie. You can figure a way around it. Although they might take it back away from you. Okay. All right, so we out. We out like the bankers. All right, see you guys. Go watch it. Leave some comments about it if you've seen it. Bye.